All right, welcome back to another episode of the Noop Sports Show. I'm your host, Ryan Newpel, here with you each and every time. Thank you so much for giving me a few minutes out of your day to just listen to what's going on in this great sports betting and iGaming industry. Today, I have another awesome guest with me, Alex Kornilov with me, the CEO and founder of BETEGY. Alex, thanks for being here.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you very much for having me on your show. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're taking a few minutes and being here with me. I've been wanting to catch up with you, and what better way than to, chat over the air where everybody can see and hear us. So, how are you doing over there? You staying safe through this COVID-19 craziness that we went through in 2020? You've been staying safe?
Yeah, in general, I'm safe. My team is safe. Everyone is healthy and kicking. But it's kind of challenging to do business in this environment, which travels are restricted here in Europe. So you always need to check, double plan, triple plan, have all the testing done. So traveling to do business is a nightmare. So.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the challenges have just been
Mm.
that's the definition of 2020 is just challenge. It's just been a challenging year
Well,
all around and a lot of changes and everything like that.
yeah,
And but, before we get into BETEGY, I want to talk a lot about BETEGY and what you're
yeah,
doing there. I want to hear a little bit about your background. I guess your career background. What have you
sure.
done in the past to get you to where you are today?
Sure. My major, I did my bachelor in Polytechnic University, which is a technology university, and then I was more deviated towards management as well as data analytics.
Mm.
So all the heavy load on statistics and data analytics and big data processing, but from management point of view, how to manage those processes, what we can get out of it, and so on. And I was involved in various startups. I started many companies myself. All of them failed apart from one, which is BETEGY. But at the same time, I was involved in different projects with data analytics on the state level and statistical research, and I had the practical insights into application of how data can influence our decisions and our life, and I found it very fascinating and interesting. And then I used to work also in some corporate world, doing some banking, while like going back and forth
Yeah.
between, startup environment and then corporate environment. And obviously, I decided to go more insecure road, but the more interesting. And, and back 2012, I started the company BETEGY, and that's how for 8 years we already live with big data analytics, data visualization, and all kind of related projects.
Wow. So 8 years you've been around already. I mean, you're not a
Yeah,
newcomer. I mean, what we're seeing a lot right now is a lot of these startup companies in the iGaming and sports betting space that are starting, but that's
yeah,
not you. You're established. You've been here. You've been around the block a time or two. So tell the now get into BETEGY a little bit. Tell
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
listening what BETEGY is if they haven't heard of you, which they may have if you've been around that
Sure,
long. But
sure,
what problems are you here to solve, and what do you guys do?
sure. We are data analytical company and data visualization company.
Mhm.
So from one side, we started our journey back 2012 with analyzing soccer data in Europe for our B2C clients and also for our B2B clients. Then when we started to sell our data to B2B clients, to media companies like ESPN, Yahoo, Ringer Axel Springer, which is a German
Mhm.
big media house, and Turkcell Media in Turkey, and all around the globe. It turns out the data is one part of the equation to create a great content.
Mhm.
Second part is to tell story with data. And then we realized that our customers want from us not only the data in tables and the numbers, they also want visual part of it.
Mhm.
And we ended up actually spending a lot of our resources internally to add premium on on data visualization side. And we transitioned throughout all those years by listening and working with different clients. We transitions from B2C data analytical company eh, more to data visualization company for B2B clients and B2B customers, because we learned this is a hot space. Everyone needs to make a content based on data, and that's where we actually come from.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I'm in the content space as well, and I think, you know, content drives everything we do, and especially in the sports betting world. I mean, content's critical, and then having that visualization piece, you know, that's very data backed. I think that's amazing. Talk to me a little bit about the sports that you guys I mean, are you doing a lot in the U.S. with the U.S. sports, or I know you said it's kind of started with soccer, right? With European soccer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing now with like some of the U.S. sports and everything? Are you involved in everything?
Obviously, you know, recently we announced our strategic move to be established in the U.S. So it requires certain changes to dominant sports in our portfolio, and obviously soccer was one. But now it's kicked out of the door of a dominant sport, and you know, and we are doing all the big fours for the U.S. landscape, plus tennis. That's kind of interesting, and esports, because data in esports is should be much more faster, and content created for esports is way faster than any other sport. So that's a very perfect sport for us. So we go NBA, we go NFL, we go MLB. You know, hockey as well. So it's rather interesting journey for us, because during the transition, being a European company primarily, we need to learn so much about the US market and the way the data is visualized, presented, and about the consumer of you know, the final user of data which we are helping our clients to produce. And it's different, and this is amazing, you know, like again, learning curve, again, this kind of a learning mode engaged, you know, how to do it correctly. But thanks God we have good people and team who can help us with that.
Yeah, that's important to have a team for sure. Explain to me a little bit more about how it works. So are you guys replacing content creation, article writing, and things like that, or are you a supplement to that, where you're getting put into the articles?
I will tell you, the idea came with our cooperation with YAHOO Sports back 2016. When we work with their editors, they had their pain point, because they buy all those expensive data from Sportradar, from Stats, from Instat, from whatnot. You know, they source those data. The problem is that they actually use it for applications which are websites and mobile apps, so front end of the app. But every time the editor writes a piece of content, he needs to produce a visual piece to it, and it takes 50% of time to actually find the proper copyright picture, which is usually a photo of a player. So imagine you have some game and you want to cover statistics about this game, and instead of making an infographic for this, you actually put in a picture of an athlete, because this is the only thing you have. And instead you would rather do a nice infographic comparing of two different types of data and so on. But it will take time. You need a designer, you need to go and research the data, you need to put it in, validate it, and do all those things. And the problem you have with the data is the expiration date of this content is so quick, you know. So you need you need, like, this content is highly valuable and always fresh and exciting, but it should be fresh. So no one is doing this. No one is doing the data visualization, making an infographic, because it makes no sense. You put it in Instagram stories, and it's in 20 minutes, it's not valid anymore. So the only solution here is a machine-generated data graphics, and that's what we did. We plugged all the different APIs and data sources. We work with more than 60 different data points, plus not data points, 60 different data sources with thousands of data points and so on. And we're able to create those visuals in scale. So if you, as an editor, for example, you do a review of a game and you want to put certain stats about comparing two aspects, you just go in our system, select what piece of data you want to visualize, and select where you want this to be going. And then you have like this picture, that picture, this size, that size, animation to this, live widget with the live score, and so on. And then what is interesting, you know, we also started to work with betting operators. And they said, we have much bigger problem in this, because imagine, we are huge media brands as well, but while the sports media has editors to do the work, in our case, we have affiliates, or like, you know, or we don't have that many people. And usually affiliates, they don't produce a good content, and we need to give them tools to produce a good content. So we realized, so if we do this mix of data, we will add odds and odds are usually probabilities, and this is very
Hmm.
it's highly important piece of content for anyone who involved in sports betting. We can make a superior product to what the individual can do, individual editor. So
Well,
what we
first of
do,
all,
we take all the data from different sources and create visual part of it.
yeah. Well, first of all, I want to commend you on your enthusiasm. I can just see how much you love this business and this space, and that always just speaks volumes for a startup owner, CEO who just really is in love with what they're doing. And I can just see it in your face as you're talking about what you're doing, how much you love this space, and I mean that just means
Thank
a
you.
lot because it shows that you're dedicated and into this space. So that's amazing. A follow-up question I did have, you mentioned affiliates, and I know a lot of people listening to this show are interested in the affiliate space. We do
Yeah,
content as in articles for a lot of different
yeah.
affiliates out there. I'm curious, do you guys have a service for affiliates, or are you working with affiliates as well to be able to integrate your visualization into their content, or is that not somebody you guys work with?
Uh, Look, we tried to, but the problem of affiliates, they serve like for us, they're small, rather being on a
Sure.
small site
Yep.
client, and
Yep.
we are not able to dedicate that many resources for a
Mm.
reasonable price for each single affiliate. So it's not service which is like, let's say, you decide. It's not a constructor of media. So it's mainly we are working with operators
Yes.
where we prepare all the visual things, all the legal due diligence, all the graphics, all
Got it.
the
Mhm.
design codes and design language and colors, and
Yep.
then we're able to put resources validated, and then this tool is given to our affiliates of certain operator. And our operators who work with us and their affiliates are super happy because finally there is a tool which allows them to express themselves and create
Yes.
superior content. So we work now on a bigger scale,
Yeah.
with betting companies, but then we have a roadmap for next few years to go also with customizable tools where each affiliate will be able to put any piece of data on the visual, and it will be automatically taken from our data API. It requires a bit more time to develop, but we are
Sure.
going this way, and it's kind of exciting as well. So soon we'll also be able to cater this market as well. Yeah.
Amazing. That's a great answer. So speaking about soon, what's the future look like for BETEGY? What other things are you guys, maybe that you can talk about that you guys are looking into doing besides growing in the US market? I know that's big for your future. What else do you
Yeah.
guys have on the horizon that's going to be exciting? Anything else you can talk about yet?
The Yeah, there are a few things. I mean, you can go like in terms of geography, but we're a product-driven company, so
Hmm.
we listen to our customers a lot. We take time to process the feedback, learn the pain points, and then after
Yeah.
we do certain products specifically for our clients,
Mhm.
which solves a problem, and then offer this product to the rest of the
Yeah.
customers because we know the problems are similar. So we work in two spaces: sports media and sports betting, and we also work digital. We work in retail too. So in retail, we started this 1 year ago, this journey where we, with the biggest German betting operator, we unveil our system in all betting shops throughout Germany, Austria,
Hmm.
and all locations they are present at, where we push customized content for every betting terminal screen in every betting
Wow.
shop. So, for example, if you go to south of Germany, you have Bayern Munich, who is at like
Mhm.
top like hot team. So you have all the content about that. You go to the north, you have FC Hamburg, so it's different, and it's adjustable
Cool.
per location. And this year we are launching, I mean, not officially the launch will be in 1st of January
Hmm.
2021. We're launching a BETEGY TV system where we are like, this is kind of an info screen
Hmm.
which our partner puts in his every betting shop, and then in
Oh.
24/7 pushes a stream of statistics, analytics, odds visualization,
Yeah.
live scores, and this is all supported from our side. And it's such a nice, it's second screen experience. So when you watch a game here,
Mm.
you have a nice screen with all the relevant data for yourself in all betting shops, and this is kind of exciting for us. And then we have a great roadmap for esports, because esports requires
Mhm.
so much more product development than any other sport, because the time is so quick. Like you need to have such a
Oh
quick
yeah.
delay, a short delay. You need really to to be very crisp and transparent. And this is a very challenging technical work there. But soon we'll have the solutions for esports streaming, for streamers who promote betting brands, and not only so we can put top-notch on-air graphics, the way
Yeah.
like Bloomberg style graphic
Sure.
for any streamer to push any statistics as a lot as J bars, L bars,
Yep.
kind of such things. So this is interesting.
Really cool, Alex. You guys are, I mean,
Yeah,
you guys have a lot of work to do, it sounds like, in 2021, but that's some really, really cool stuff, right? I mean, really
yeah,
innovative stuff as well, things that other people aren't doing. And that's what I love
yeah,
about what
yeah,
Betegy's doing
yeah,
is it's
yeah.
stuff that is truly innovative in the content and data visualization space. So, props to you guys. I know you're short on time. We got a few minutes left here. Give me a couple of your biggest challenges running a business. We all know it's not easy running a business and being a CEO and trying to manage all these, wear all the hats and do all this different stuff. Give me one of your biggest challenges that you've had going through this 8 years of business that you've had.
The biggest challenge for me was actually to be patient, to wait until the product matures and gets like transitioning from the man I know it all, we can change the world kind of person, to rather stay, listen, come back and offer what is needed on the market. Don't, of course you have a vision for innovation. Of course, how, like, you would not believe how many times I thought, yes, this is what is needed on the market. That's what we need. We build it, we produce, we deliver, and everyone says, yeah, whatever. It's cool technology. We don't need it. And for me, the biggest change in my business
Yeah.
was actually to be client driven in
Yeah.
terms of product development, and it requires completely different mentality. And then especially in our industry, listen, in our industry everyone is so innovation averse, so no one wants to do an innovation. Like,
Yeah.
everyone talks about innovation,
Yeah.
but everyone is not making innovation, especially the CTOs of the companies. They always sit and say, no, everything is fine, we don't need anything, everything is working. So to get through this, you really need to listen to the what is the pain point of the client and then solve this pain point. Not like you can innovate that far in this industry, and then it works, and then you showcase, and then someone else joins. So it's like a slow movement. There's no like
Yeah.
groundbreaking which you can say I can save the industry with that. And you say this, nothing happens, you fail, and you have kind of a bad mood after this. Then you start listening, and it's much better to
Yeah.
follow this kind of strategy.
Wow. I love that answer because, it was one of your challenges, but it's great advice to any CEO or anybody that's really in the service industry out there. You have to listen to what your clients want, because we're not always right. Like, what we think is not always what the clients want. And so if you're not able to adjust to that, I mean, that's just great advice all around for any business owner out there. So I appreciate you sharing that. That was a great tip there, Alex. So we'll let you go here. If anybody listening
Thank you.
wants to get
Thank
a
you.
hold,
Very good question.
yeah, yeah. Well, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, Alex, how would they get a hold of you? Would they, go out to BETEGY website? Do you guys have apps? What's the best way of getting to you if they want to get a hold of you guys?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of open on LinkedIn and everywhere, so you can find me and hit me with a message. One thing, then you have BETEGY.com as a primarily destination for our services. And I have great guys there. You can get in touch with them, and they can show you demos, and and showcase a product. Twitter, Alex Kornilov at Twitter, whatever. Now it's not a problem to connect
Oh,
with anyone.
yeah,
So
it's
if
all over the
someone
place.
wants, I'm here open, and my email is easy to guess as
Yeah.
well.
And we'll put all of that in the show notes of this as well, so nobody has to remember
Yeah,
anything. We'll put all the links out to you. Hey, Alex, any last
sure.
words? Any last words for the listeners, or anything you have on your mind that you want to speak before we get off the line here?
I would say that in our industry, it's innovation is so rare, and I really want to push anyone who listens to start working in this industry in terms of innovation, because we need more entrepreneurs, We need more people who can push big companies to change. And I want to push big companies actually to look into data analytics, data visualization, AI, and all kind of such trends. Because soon, it will be like, and
Yep.
and everything's changed, and the game is changing, and you see it in other industries, and it's still about to come in our industry. So I'm big pusher for innovations, and looking beyond the good business which you have already. You need always to look forward in this direction.
Amazing. Well, thank you for being here, Alex. Really appreciate your time. And anytime you need anything from my side, don't hesitate to reach out. And hopefully we'll have you back on next year, and maybe even in 2021 we can meet up at a real conference and say hello sometime. That would be amazing.
Hope so. I really want events to be back, to see people and shake hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's that kind of gives you that extra little bit in the industry. Just always good to see people, talk to people face to face. Even though we get to do it virtually, I'd still rather be sitting down with you and have lunch.
Sure.
Likewise. All right. Well, thanks for being here. This was Alex Kornilov, the CEO, founder of BETEGY. Alex, thanks for your time today. Listeners, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you every time. If you need anything, you know how to get a hold of us. Alex, thanks again. Take care and stay safe.